So what do you call yourself? Welcome to the LaTangela Show. Hey.
Hey, what can I do for you this fine day?
This is your destiny. Hot, hot, hot.
Right now.
Welcome to the LaTangela Show. Come on in and enjoy yourself.
Right now.
We gon' party like no one else. Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
How y'all doing?
What do you go by? You go by LaTangela, you go by Tan, you go by Tange. What?
LaTangela, Tange, sis, cuz, hey, plate ready, either or.
Hey. There you go.
Look, I know y'all have been rolling, and thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to join me today. Because, you know, it's just an honor to be amongst this level of royalty. Can we just get the fangirl moment out the way? Like, I don't know if you know it or not, but I'm like your extended family on Auntie Miriam's side. I'm your long lost cousin in my mind. And we're just going to let that be that.
I see the resemblance.
Hey, cuz.
Hey, cousin girl. Hey, girl.
Well, congratulations on all of the moves that you've been making, because this has been next level, right? Here it is. We're back with a new season, and where some may look at it as entertainment, we see healing in real time. We see life in real time. How is it that you know that now is the time that you still want those cameras around, because that can get tough? Some of my stuff is going to the grave with me. Like, it's just, don't roll the cameras. I don't cut the mics off. I don't want to talk about it. But how did you know that it was a safe enough space to give you the level of transparency with the cameras and to allow us to be a part of that process with you?
It was primarily because of Tracy. Tracy wanted to tell her story. She wanted us to tell her story, and she wanted us to move forward with doing the show. So we did it. Yeah.
And to piggyback off of that, when we initially started doing even Braxton Family Values prior to the Braxtons, we said that we want to be transparent. We want it to be relatable, and everyone sees themselves. Everyone sees someone in their family in our family.
Yeah.
And you know, it's easy to some people find it easy to cover up lies on lies on lies, but when it's the truth, you have nothing to cover up. It's just what it is. And you can't help anybody if you're lying.
Yeah, that part. Yeah.
So one of the things in our family, and I believe what makes us relatable is the fact that we are transparent in our truths. And that's what makes us relatable to someone else in your family.
And, you know, there's so many moving dynamics because everybody's a powerhouse in their own right. And it's, you know, one thing when you have all of these sisters, we have all of these emotions, and then dealing with such a loss, everybody deals with healing differently. So how is it that you all collectively have helped each other through this? Because that's something that life can never really prepare you for.
Wow. You know what? Transparently, as Trina said, we're extremely honest, especially with doing the show, and transparent. And the first couple of episodes of the new series of the Braxtons, Trina hit the nail on the head when she said that we never talked about Tracy's. After Tracy transitioned, we never talked about it collectively as a family. We just dealt with the fact that she was no longer physically here with us. So that was the first time that we collectively got together to actually say, okay, Tracy's gone and we have to move forward in this. It was just an unspoken thing before, but now we have to talk about it.
Yeah.
And with us talking about it, we're able to help other families, because unfortunately, this is something that every family has to go through, is that's a loss or a death or someone's transitioning. So we felt that it was our duty to tell the truth and be transparent, as Trina stated.
Absolutely.
And when it comes to grieving, there is no collective.
Right.
Everyone goes through their grieving process in an individual way. I can't have a certain grief period and expect another person to share that same grief period that I have.
Yeah.
Everybody has to go through grief in their own individual way. Collectively, we are sorrowed. Collectively, we've lost our sister. Collectively, we've lost our family member. But individually, everyone has to go through their grieving process on their own in the way they seem fit and in the way that they can get through it, in a way that they can forge on.
Right. And
There is
with
no
that,
collective.
do you think that gives you enough of the empathy that's needed to understand where one segment may look like a flash out, but that very well may be a call out for help or internalizing and finally releasing that pain? Because when we see it, we see that it's drama, always going to be ratings, always going to be lit, because that's the 15 seconds that they're going to give us as we're watching it on WeTV or streaming it on All Black. But in that moment, that's a cry for help. And you have to identify that, because this isn't an actress, this is your sister. And you know, when the camera start rolling, you still gotta live with this broad, whether she on your good side, bad side, on your last nerve, and she know what that nerve is. You know? So how does that work for you? Because whenever you find those moments and you bottle that up and you sell it, honey, that's gonna be the diamond right there.
Right. We just take it day by day. And as you stated, this isn't a put together cast. We can't just have an argument and then it just ends there and we wait for filming again and we have to pick up where we left off. We have to take everything home with us. We deal with it every single day. We may not want to handle it face to face every single day, but we still have to deal with the situation every single day. So that we just have to do it in our own time, you know?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And I know
and
right now
we cry through laughing and we laugh through crying. And one of the beneficial things of being on reality television for us as a family is that we get to look back and we get to see our sister. We get to see those good times. We get to see those hard times. We get to see those bad times. We get to see those great times. And we are just grateful for our WeTV family that they've archived these 147, now 150 at this point, episodes that we've had to keep our sister in remembrance. And then her fans get to relive all those wonderful moments with Tracy along with us. So we're very, very grateful to have this platform to be able to relive and share those moments with our sister. Everybody doesn't have that.
And then the stories that you're sharing with us, you are helping collectively heal those who don't want to say it, who don't want to face it. And as you stated, there's something that we can relate to. And I appreciate you for having that level of transparency with us. And, you know, I know we're going to start this year all strong for Dear 2025. And we're going to get started today. So if we're going over all of the steps, what's that one thing that you're excited about the most to close out 2024 and bring in 2025? Boop, 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 boop.
For me, it's my entrepreneurial everything.
Yes.
My creativity, my new television shows that are coming out that I've written and created, my new coffee line, my new Healy line that's in Walmart. Boom, plug that in.
Boom, shameless plug. Wait, what is it? Tell me about that.
It's called Healy, Heali. It's kinetic tape, and it's in Walmart right now. And you have one for pregnant people, you have one for pros, for after working out. It's absolutely amazing. It's in Walmart. Go get yourself some. And then my coffee, Tuxedo brand coffee. You can go to that.com. I have a couple of new television shows that are coming out. Hopefully at the end of this year, we're gonna see how those slots come in. Woo! Yeah. And I'm excited. I'm excited. 2025, Trina is going to thrive. Boom.
I love it. I love it. And I know, Twana, you're never at a loss of things that's going on. For 2024, we're wrapping it up and we're kicking the hinges off. In 2025, what are you most excited about?
Wow, it's so much. Sean and I have, my honey and I, we have an amazing journey. I can't wait for you guys to see the last episode and the rest of the episodes of the Braxtons. We have our YouTube channel called King Ladybug that we've been doing for the past 4 years. I've been in so many movies, girl. Let me tell you something. Lifetime, I did the Miss Cleo movie that was just on Lifetime. I've done movies on BET. I've done a whole bunch of Christmas movies. I've done a bunch of Tubi movies. I have like 20 plus movies on Tubi. Baby. Movies. Yeah, it's just, I have shows coming out. I've executive produced some things, and I'm just really, really excited about life. Trina and I have a skin and scalp care line coming out.
Good.
I'm just excited about life. I have other projects that's coming out that's incredible. I'm just really excited. I mean,
I
life,
love it.
I'm just grateful. I'm just walking in heaven and walking in joy.
Yeah, as you should be. You know, we're going to count up those wins and we're walking to victory because this is the victory lap. I'm looking forward to the season of the Braxtons. We TV, they got it right. My cousin, them showing up and showing out. And it's also streaming on none other than All Black. And I want you to think of this as an extension of your office. So whenever you have anything that's going on, jump in the hot seat and on the tan line, tell them, look, I need to get on cuz. So let's talk.
Okay.
Or just come to
I got you.
Louisiana and we'll call it a field trip, okay?
And New Orleans have great food, so
Say
That
less.
is a
yeah.
Say less.
And speaking of food, you can watch me on Mondays. My husband and I, we cook on Mondays.
I know the recipes better be together because if they're not together, it's gonna be another story for another day. Who?
They are together. They are together. We are not going to be remiss about the fact that Trina owned a whole restaurant for 5 years.
That part.
I love that restaurant.
That
so
part.
Good.
Look, and I'm showing up hungry.
Hungry.
I know y'all have more work to do, so I'm gonna let you chase the sun or let the sun chase you. But either way, get after it. I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. I see y'all soon.
Thank you, LaTangela.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you. You're super fun.
Bye, y'all.
LaTangela, Chloe.
Hi.
So if you
Hey, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Marvelous, darling. We finally inched our way to the weekend. I got
Yes.
the one and the only Chloe in the hot seat and on the tan line. I mean, life is looking up. What you mean? Look, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule because I know you've been busy. You got a lot going on, and I have questions that need answers.
I have answers for you. Thanks for having me. You have such lovely energy through the screen, even.
Well, thank you, dear. And you know, we got to get you to the capital city soon. I know you're out and about traveling. You got these 16 banging tracks that I just went through, Trouble in Paradise. And you were causing trouble for a lot of people in this because you, girl, listen, from the boy bye, I need to know, as you are inking all of the inspiration and the motivation and the soundtrack of others' lives in this moment, is any of this reflective like the journal of Chloe?
Oh, absolutely. You know, I executive produced the project. I wrote on every song. You know, I worked with some incredible collaborators, and they just helped bring my vision to life as well. You know, not all of the sad heartbreak songs per se are about one person. I've been inspired from like, you know, previous relationships and, you know, things I'm going through currently. So it's like, as a creative, you just use what you can to inspire you for that moment. And I was literally writing away my troubles in paradise. And what I love about this project is, yes, even though there might be some ups and downs, as you listen to it, I'm never taking it too seriously. You know, I'm always joking about it or, you know, making a funny joke instead of saying, oh boy, I don't need you, I'm good on my own. I'm saying, I don't need the flowers you send me because I have my rose. Or
Girl, if that's not the infomercial of the century, though, like they really need to reach out to you on that one because I think you just did them a favor and it really put them over the top.
Right. And also like Might As Well. It sounds like a heartbreak song and it is, but it's like, I wish you would have just been straight up and real with me. So I could have had someone on the side as well. You know, and then with Same Lingerie, I feel like that's the saddest song on the record. It's still really sexy, reminiscing on these past physical moments that you had with your lover. And it's like, I can never wear the same lingerie that I had on with you because it just reminds me too much of you. So it's like serious topics, but you know, with lighthearted subjects tied to it.
And one thing I love about you as an artist, we never know what we're going to get, but we know it's so consistent in being uniquely you. It's like they can't put you in a box because if you want to take it on this side, you can. If you want to take it on this side, and even some of the tempo changes that you're doing and the remix, you caught me off guard with that. Have I told you? Like, I was like, wait a second. And then you took it somewhere completely different and you brought it right back. I said, this girl is a genius. I just wonder if you realize how in tune with so many, because they have a lot of artists, a lot of writers that have paved the way. And we're hearing some of their contributions in your work, but we still get all of Chloe.
Yes. Yes, it's definitely important to pay homage to those that inspired me. And, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to do what I do creatively. And even, paying homage to Janet Jackson at the end of Nice Girls Finish Last.
Yeah.
Like, I just love how classy she made her sensuality through her music.
Yeah.
And a lot of times she inspires me in that way, as well as Donna Summers. And, I'm 26 years old. I'm a grown woman. I don't go into the studio intentionally saying, okay, I'm going to write a raunchy song. No, it's just I'm writing my experiences in my life. I'm a woman.
Yeah. And if raunchy comes out, then raunchy comes, and we'll give them the
Exactly.
remix and take it super raunchy if that's what they need.
Exactly.
As you're writing and you're going through some of this, as an artist, do you ever feel as if you've tapped out? Like, how do you find that creative space to keep it going? Because that can be a lot of pressure, because we got some high expectations out of you.
Absolutely. For a while, I realized I was just creating and just going to the studio in LA just so I had something to do, a distraction to run from, whatever I was going through. And it was almost like, yes, I was creating cool stuff, but everything started to sound the same. And, my manager, Charmaine, I'm always playing everything for her. And she was like, you need to be inspired again. That spark needs to be reignited. And so she's like, I know you love St. Lucia. Why don't you, go there and just create and see how you feel? Because she's like, I see like you're becoming like stagnant when you're creating. It's not as exciting for you anymore. And I was like, you're right. And once I went there and started creating, it was like a whole new world opened up for me. I was just, we'd go to dance halls and we'd go to street parties, and hearing the sound influences and seeing people dance upon each other really inspired me, as well as the waves of the ocean. So creating, as I'm looking out of the horizon and seeing this vast, beautiful water, it was more than inspiring for me. And I literally wrote away my troubles in paradise.
And you're taking us on a musical journey with this. So I'm grateful that you took it on over there and you just fell victim to whatever the ambiance called for, because you did that.
Thank
If you
you.
had to choose, and I know as an artist, we're not supposed to pick our favorites, it's like asking somebody to pick their favorite kid. But if there's one on this project that screams to you the most, it's going to hit everybody a little different whenever they hear it, and maybe even come back and listen to it again. But that one song that may have been tougher for you to release than not.
Ooh, not necessarily tough for me to release, but I think my love for different songs happen each day. And I think for today, I'll have to say Never Let You Go and Nice Girls Finish Last.
I love it. And since they change every day, we'll just have to ask you again tomorrow. I
Yeah.
love it. And in the
Yeah.
meantime, when can we find it? Where can we find it? And will you be hitting the road, coming to a city near us soon? Because we need you here ASAP.
What's Trouble in Paradise is available everywhere on all streaming services. You can buy it, you can purchase it, and you can find me everywhere at Chloe Bailey. And I love performing. Last year I did 2 tour legs. Even I did the second tour leg of my debut album with a healing fractured foot.
Girl.
So, I'm definitely down to do some one-offs right now, let people hear the music and sing songs with me. And tour will probably happen next year, I'm assuming.
And we're looking forward to it.
Yeah. Thank you.
And in the meantime, I know you'll always be creating. So as things come up and you're taking your tours around the world, or just say, look, I found something cool, feel free to jump in the hot seat and on the tan line and consider it done. I know you have more work to do, so I'm gonna let you chase the sun or let the sun chase you. But either way,
I love
get
that.
after it. I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Oh, thank you. That was such a good close off. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm so proud of you. Cheryl, she all right when she want to be. Look.
Hello.
Hello, is this Miss LaTangela?
It is, unless I owe you money.
You do not owe me a thing. This is Priscilla Shrier. How are you?
Girl, it is I am she. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for spending time with me.
No worries. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule, because when it comes to someone who is just everywhere, doing everything and doing it in the spirit of excellence, with a dab of style and grace, it would definitely be you. Look, what part of the world are you chiming in from today?
I am in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
Now, I know it's good and hot out here in Louisiana, but out there in ATL, it's got to be warming up.
It really is. But you know what? I'm from Dallas, so it's all the same.
I know it. Well, you are a ray of sunshine and you are bringing it to the scene. You're no stranger when it comes to the world of entertainment as an author. Well, no, you know what? Wait. Let me put a handle on that. New York Times best-selling author, okay? Trusted voice in the faith community, and you are all over the screen making it happen. Now you have several new projects and they're all like bundled up in one. So have you stepped on your charger to soak it all in yet?
You know what? I have had an opportunity to just gratefully say to the Lord, thank you so much for the opportunity to, be purposeful and intentional in my work and serving purposes that are higher than just me, to really serve people.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that the film and the book, that everything will just be a blessing and will unapologetically glorify Jesus.
I love it. And that's so refreshing in the tone, just for that to be a part of the messaging, because so many people will be mum. They'll be mute because they don't want to say something that could possibly offend someone else for speaking on behalf of how they feel and what they believe, thinking it might ruffle feathers. So while you were working on this project with The Forge, tell me a little bit about this faith-based film and some of the things that was a highlight for you.
Absolutely. Well, The Forge is about a 19-year-old young man. He's just floundering. He's a good kid, but he's on the cusp of manhood, and he just doesn't have any momentum about his future, and he's sort of just hanging out in life. And I play his mother, and that's what endeared me to this film, because I have 3 boys that are about the same age. They're 21 and 20 and 15. And I know what it's like to be their mom, but to hope there are other men that will come alongside of my sons and emphasize things I'm emphasizing at home. The difference is exponential. And in the film, Cynthia is a single mom. So Isaiah doesn't have a dad at home. In my real life, my boys have their father, and they have uncles and a great grandfather that is a part of their lives. But man, even with that, when a coach on their football team or basketball team, when he challenges their character or affirms them, or when some man who they admire because of his excellence in his craft, when that man calls manhood out of them, gosh, that brother could say the same thing I've been saying for 6 weeks. But when they hear it from another man, it's like they're getting handed their man card, and they rise up the standard they're being called to. And so that's what we get to see happen in this movie, the impact of an older, wiser brother that is pouring his life into a younger one.
Absolutely. And that screams volumes, especially for so many young men and young boys who need to hear it. Yes, mom, grandma, auntie, sister may be saying it, but when it comes from another man, something that they feel they can identify with or aspire to be, it does resonate with them differently. So even saying that speaks volumes. And I'm grateful to know that the writers and everyone who had a part to play with this really brought this to fruition, because it is a conversation that needs to make the dinner tables, because now, fellas, as you're watching this, know that your presence should not be taken for granted by you. I don't think they understand the power of their presence and how much they can bring out of someone who wants it so bad.
Oh, absolutely. I'm so glad you said that, man, the power of presence, just you being there, your example when you show up and have character and integrity in your work and in your family, and there are young men seeing that, the impact it has on them and the choices they will make is exponential.
Now, what is it that you want, maybe just someone who is going through it and they so happen to sit down and get a little whiff of The Forge? What is that walk away that Priscilla want them to say, you know what, that spoke to me?
Well, I'm hoping that those who feel like Isaiah, where there's someone that it was supposed to show up for them, in Isaiah's case, it's a father, but if it was your mother or your father or some spiritual leader or a teacher, that they were supposed to be trustworthy, they were supposed to cover you, and instead maybe they abandoned you or they betrayed you, and there's a gap or a wound or anger. Isaiah in the film is angry, and there's unforgiveness in his heart. I'm hoping as they see Isaiah go through the process of forgiveness and the freedom that gives him, but then also how they see God fill in the gap.
Yeah.
That God can send surrogate people into your life, moms, dads, aunties, uncles, church mothers, people who fill in the gap and replace what has been seemingly lost, God has a way of restoring all that back to you. So be encouraged and don't look down. God is covering you and keeping you.
That's big. And you know, you are a mastermind at being a vessel of just letting everything flow through you. You know, it's like the power of your presence and the way that you're so responsible with your platforms. You are a trusted source, and that's not by accident. It's through consistency and, you know, being a light in what many may have deemed as dark times. With this new book, I Surrender All. I know it's hitting shelves soon. I need the inside scoop. Don't make me wait. Priscilla, I got you in the hot seat and on the tan line. I want to know, where did you find time to ink in this I Surrender All?
Well, do you remember when we used to, back in the day, hymnals, like the red hardcover hymn
Yes.
book? And we used to sing songs like Victory in Jesus and Great is Thy Faithfulness. Well, one of those hymns that I remember from childhood was I Surrender All, the most simple statement, and yet it encompasses what's supposed to be the full expression of the Christian life, that it's not just being a believer. That's a free gift, but it's surrendering, and that comes at a cost. But that's where spiritual maturity comes. That's where we get to walk with Jesus and actually grow in Christ likeness, when we keep our grasp loose on the things of this world, so that when he asks us to let them go, we are willing to do it for his name's sake, so that he is in first place. And so that's what this book is. It's a reminder for those of us who place faith in Jesus Christ that we've got to hold loosely the things of this world, surrender ourselves completely to him, and keep him in the position of priority in our lives.
Absolutely. Priscilla, I want you to think of this as an extension of your office. Of course, whenever you find your way to Louisiana, I got you covered on all the gumbo, the beignets, and snowballs, and all that good stuff.
Woo!
Okay? Because it's a field trip, and in my mind, you my honorary cousin on Auntie Mary and them side. And if you dig
Perfect.
deep
I
enough,
love
you
it.
got an Auntie Mary.
Wonderful.
So I know you have more work to do, so I'm going to let you chase the sun or let the sun chase you. But either way, get after it. I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.